Test one, two, three. It's you. You.
I see you getting those steps in. I love it.
Best thing I got for my birthday.
Oh, sweet. When's your birthday?
It was Sunday.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
I got a treadmill and a working stand-up desk for my office.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Those are smooth ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Very smooth ideas. I love it.
Working at my computer. I can be working at my computer
Mm-hmm.
and not having to sit idle.
I heard that. That's all right.
Mhm.
Kudos to you.
How's it going over there for y'all?
Bab be babbing. Yeah. Hi, Dr. Green.
She's on another meeting. I'm waiting on her.
Oh, okay. I see her.
She get off. We starting. We on this thing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And
That is a true multitasker. I love it.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I always tell her she always so poised and polished, so smooth with it.
Right. That's on the other end of the spectrum. So uh somebody
Mhm.
said something about, Madison is so quiet and so, docile. And yeah, she didn't get that from me. But
I
she is
feel the exact.
definitely, she's not the same at home.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No. She's out of place at home.
Have to pull her on out.
That way, she's just more active when she gets home and around her friends.
Gotcha. Where she's comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. I
But
love it.
she's too afraid to get in trouble at school.
Hey, that's a good thing.
She know I'm crazy.
Mm-mm.
We're clear on that.
Yes, ma'am.
We're clear on everything else.
I love it. I love it. You have to let
Hi,
them know.
everyone.
Hello,
Hey,
Miss
Miss
Rose.
Rose.
Hey there. Dr. Jones, did you see my email?
I did. I saw it.
Oh,
I
good.
got you.
Thanks.
You ready, Dr. Green?
Hey, yes. Yes, I am. I'm ready.
Okay. So the time is now 5:04. And we're gonna, oh wait, I gotta turn my music off. My bad. Yeah, I just listened to the music and didn't even say nothing.
We can't hear that.
It was now 5:04, so we're gonna call the meeting to order now. Good afternoon. Hopefully everybody had a great day. Uh, this is our second student council meeting. And I'm excited because it takes some commitment to go to work and then have a meeting after you go to work. So I do thank you for taking time out. This is going to be a very short meeting. It's mostly going to be hosted by our illustrious Dr. Green, who we know is such a wonderful person. We all kind of sort of know our roles. Just for the sake of having it written, we're gonna just go back over them. I'm Nicole Jones. I am the school council chairperson. And if the next person would just say their name and say what their role is.
Oh, Deborah Green, principal.
Hope Adams, counselor, letters M through Z.
Miss
Every-
Rose, counselor A through L.
All right, so Ms. Rose sent out the minutes. I'm not certain if everybody had a chance to go back and review them, but they are located in the agenda. If you would like to go back and review the things that we discussed from our meeting that was held back in September. We know that our norms are we want to be present, we want to be engaged. If we have a great idea, we want to make sure that we get our voices heard. And we're just going to have mutual respect, which we don't have that problem. I have been on some that have had that problem. And we're going to be open-minded to the ideas of everybody else. So we're going to start out with Dr. Green. We're probably going to end with Dr. Green. And she's going to give us our current data snapshot. One thing that I talked to her about just a few minutes ago was I really want us to, well, I guess it's just me because you all are at school all day, every day, to be more involved and give me something that you need me to help you do. Because I think that's one of the jobs of the council. And then if I can pull somebody else in who may be advantageous to that, then we can do that as well. I know that in another school we pulled a lot of the Greeks that are either within our county or in other places. And they came to the school and did things like read with the kids, pool groups and things like that. So if we could get some good ideas on how we can better help the school. But we're going to go to Dr. Green, who's going to give us that current data snapshot of achievement, attendance, discipline, any of those things that she would like to give us. So we're going to take it over to Dr. Green.
Okay. So this is what I propose because we're all, oh, this is being recorded though, right? Because I think we are all somewhat knowledgeable of the data. But I will share what I had planned to share. And I know that, let me see. And the main part of it, because we've shared some in-house, but we have not shared as far as CCRPI, we haven't shared. It's still embargoed, so we haven't been able to share outside of Babb. But I will say that our content mastery did drop a few points, and there were some other areas that stayed, other components that stayed pretty much the same. Our readiness stayed pretty much the same, but our closing gaps dropped dramatically. So when CCRPI comes out, I'm bracing for there to be at least a drop. I'm just not sure how significant it will be. So we are also gearing up the second week in December where we'll have map testing. And of course, we are going through data analysis protocols for all of our unit assessments and meeting with teachers and teachers meeting with students about their data. The screen that I'm showing you is where we are as of, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago when I pulled it for discipline data. So I'm showing a comparison of August through November of 2025, the year that we're in, versus August through November of 2024. We are down, what is that, about 19 referrals. And honestly, the students within the past week and a half have been much busier. I'm hoping that we're able to go into the Thanksgiving break with not accruing many or really any more referrals. But so far we are down, and a win is a win, and we will definitely take the 19 that we currently have for referrals. As far as behavior, of course, we are doing certain things through PBIS. We also are following our DOGS matrix, do the right thing, and reminding students of that. And just making sure our faculty are aware of that and holding students accountable for their behavior. And of course, admins on every turn doing the same. The next thing, and this information really is for, the general school council at large. But I'm very proud to say that we've had several STEM focused or STEM centered events recently, such as the Play Pits Project Hygiene Takeover, STEM Family Night, which was November the 6th. Following that, we had National STEM Day at Babb, which we celebrated. It's actually November the 8th. We celebrated on Friday the 9th. So across our entire school, connections teams included, we were doing STEM integrated tasks. And it was very, very engaging to our students. On last Tuesday, well, the 12th, we had STEM Giving. And then this past Saturday, we had a Clayton County STEM and Community Fair event. This was actually established by one of our students' big sister, Abel Hernandez, his older sister, who is an Emory student, came to me with this idea to have a STEM fair on Saturday. So she planned and pretty much executed everything, and we just kind of walked through and talked through everything. But this is a wonderful, wonderful affair, and she had several community organizations that did true STEM events, not just information, but they actually did presentations. STEM Machine was here, and he is huge. I didn't realize how huge, but he actually in April will be taking over the Braves game for a STEM day at the Atlanta Braves. So he did a phenomenal STEM presentation, just piqued my curiosity for STEM. So I would love to make this an annual event for our students, and I would love for it to be more well attended. We did have a nice crowd, but to have more and more of our students, it would have been great. We actually had quite a few students from Elite Scholars that were present. So I wanted to make you all aware of that, which led me to think about donations that we have received. We have a Project Hygiene closet that was donated by Project Hygiene and Play Kit. If you are not following us on Instagram, I suggest you do so. It is Miss Young, our computer science teacher. She has elevated the whole online social media experience for Babb. And a lot of this is chronicled on our social media through Facebook and Instagram. Also for donations, also we had Princess and a Pad to donate some feminine hygiene products as well. They will also go into our Project Hygiene um, closet. And then Babb and CCPS, they're doing a coat drive right now that's actively going on. And Babb did a food giveaway last week. So, and that was pretty huge, led by Miss Steve Williams. The next thing that I did want to discuss, and it seems um, just kind of reiterating all the things that are going on. I think all of you pretty much know about them, but opportunities for remediation. Well, this is one thing that Dr. Jones, to share with you. We know that the district is going to do the support coming in February through March. But in the meantime, we felt here at Babb that we need to do something during school and go ahead and get started earlier to impact our entire student body. So we will begin doing that. We're planning and preparing that now to begin mid-January, and this will be using a specific weeks. We'll do it either 6 to 7 weeks leading up to spring break, and it'll be every day in the morning, a specific class period, and you would use the first 45 minutes of the day to review. That'll be Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday, we'll be on regular schedule, but during the regular class period, they would take a brief assessment just on the standard that was remediated, 3 to 5 questions, no more than that, just to get the data back to make sure that students are growing in their understanding of that standard that they remediated throughout the week. This is something that we worked with our core content teachers to develop, and we took it to the leadership team yesterday, and everyone seems to be on board with this. What we have definitely, as we all know, and it's district wide, not just at Babb, is a need for greater support with literacy. So our science and social studies departments will be supporting by using science and social studies based text, but using ELA strategies, annotating this text, CER, citing textual evidence to practice those literacy skills that we hope will transfer to supporting our ELA scores increasing. Next, athletics. We for football, we made it to, of course, the semifinals. We were put out, if I'm not mistaken, by Eddie White in the first round for football. For flag football, we were put out first round, if I'm not mistaken, by Forest Park. So the seasons went okay. We did have some injuries that further on into the season, which kind of we feel like blocked us or acted as a barrier for us from going further into the finals. Basketball season starts today. Today is the first game. We play Adamson at home. Soccer tryouts are going on, or they went on last week, and I think Miss Richards, the soccer coach, is trying to get her list together, her team together. Also, I wanted to share, and Miss Adams or Miss Rose, if you all can share about the Carson Wilson Scholarship. I know we have 3 students that have advanced. If either of you all want to come off mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It was funny. As soon as you said that, a call came in. I'm like, okay, buttons are on. Buttons are gone. Okay. So the Carson Scholars Fund, Foundation rather, has a scholarship opportunity, and it's actually for fourth through 11th graders, but each school can only elect one student. And so, as a team, last year we decided that we would focus on eighth graders since they are getting ready to prepare for high school. And so, with that being said, this year our top 3 students that will be going to phase 2, which means they have to write an essay based on one of the 2 topics that the Scholarship Foundation has provided. And then that the winner from the essay will become Babb's nominee en route to possibly winning $1,000. So we love that we're exposing students to scholarship opportunities at this age so that when they go to high school, it will be an easy transition. And then Miss Rose went over the leadership C5 leadership application today with students, and I looked at it and I was like, it's very similar to the Carson Scholarship application. So we love that we're already exposing kids to these opportunities so that it won't be foreign to them as they matriculate through high school.
Thank you all for doing that. You all definitely worked very, very hard on getting our students exposed to that, and we have some great students. So I'm just excited to see where this goes. And also, we have a spelling bee winner, Sherilyn Flores won, and so I'm just waiting for them to say what she has to do next. But she won last year and ended up having to go all the way, I think it was to Arizona, and that was during the summer. Um, so we're looking for some additional greatness from her. We've taken a plethora of field trips, just just
Because Rose
so
Madison was gone 4 days.
so many field trips, so many, and I love that for us. Some days it was a lot because I think one day we had like 3 going in different directions, but the students enjoy it, and it really does keep them engaged and wanting and looking forward to doing something. And so we like being busy, Babb. And there was one other thing that I definitely wanted to. Oh, we do have one vacancy. This has just come about. Our art teacher resigned. We had been fully staffed. So now we are looking for an art teacher. And so if anybody knows someone who might be interested in that's already certified or would look at getting certified in art, please send them our way. In general, and then coming up just for faculty, we have 5 days of Christmas, the last 5 days before we go out. We have our holiday party that will be coming up. And it's just one of those things where it's the most wonderful time of the year for us as educators. But we also want to make sure that we remain locked in with instruction. And Babb does a really good job of doing that. We like to have fun, but we also like to make sure that we stay focused on effective instruction, as I make the announcement almost every morning about that. So that's all that I had to present regarding. If there's anything else from our wonderful counselors that we need to discuss, we can do so at this time.
We just appreciate Dr. Green and the council supporting the initiatives that not only the counselors but the teachers have as far as recognizing Kindness Week, Red Ribbon Week. Today we recognize Homeless Awareness Day. So we're planting these seeds that it's important to recognize the diverse situations that life can bring to you. So thank you for always allowing us to recognize all these celebrations that we have.
Yes, we do celebrate quite a bit. And one more thing, I knew there was something else that was big. We started clubs as well. And The main reason why we started this was when we were getting cognitive certified, we were able to complete the process, but that was a huge piece of feedback, was making sure that we had clubs that were consistent and active. And we found that it was a barrier for some students to stay after school for clubs. And honestly, for some educators, we have a lot of educators that are getting certifications through Gifted, ESOL, leadership. You know, we like our educators to grow. We like our teachers to grow. And so staying after school was presented a challenge. And so we now have clubs that are meeting just 1 hour each month. We did it. The first day was October 31st. From what I've heard, it was success. And I think we have about 32 or 34 different clubs because most teachers have a club. Some of them have doubled up, but a handful of them are STEM based clubs. And so what we're looking for is for additional STEM activities, tasks, knowledge, and engagement from our students coming from the STEM clubs that we do. And students seem to look forward to going to the clubs. I hope that excitement remains. And from what I observed walking around the building, the admin, there was just a lot of excitement in the building. And it also looked like our teachers, paras, and our counselors who were facilitating the clubs seemed to have enjoyed it as well. I'm getting much more positive feedback from that than anything that's negative. So we want to keep this going throughout the year and tweak it as we see fit. And so that was the last thing I'd forgotten to mention about.
Is there specific root cause that you have identified as to the reason why the scores kind of went down?
Okay, great question. There are two things that I have, two things that we've kind of discussed and that I've kind of reflected on. The first one is the class that was in front, because of course we're comparing apples to oranges. The class that was coming out in 2004, that was eighth grade in 2003. I think the preceding class before it was 2003 was a very, very strong class. Okay, it was just a very strong class, and we grew a lot. Now we were hooping and hollering and celebrating and all of that, but to grow in science 24 points, to grow in social studies, between 9 and 10 points. Math went up a handful of points. I think ELA went down, maybe it was less than a point. I think it was like point 0.8, something like that. But to overwhelmingly grow in pretty much almost every category, and even our EL and DES population, some of them getting not just green flags, but green flags with stars. Um, that's a hard hurdle to get over anyway, to continue to grow beyond 24 points. But historically, the class that came behind them, which were our eighth graders from last year, were historically not a strong class. We didn't see them that way in sixth or seventh grade. And so throughout, as we looked at the scores and the difference in achievement, when they were in sixth grade, seventh grade, from unit assessments, common assessments, and when the GMAT scores came back, I was just kind of bracing like, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different. And of course, we like to think that they grew themselves apples to apples by being here with our teachers at Babb, but comparing one class to the next, there's that. But also, I have to be honest, there were a couple of things that really, really worked well for us when we were working with the stronger class. I think that was of 2023. And it was having teachers in social studies and science on eighth grade, having them cross teach classes. and just doing a deep dive into, okay, Miss So and so, you really do well with this. We need you to teach this to this class, and Mr. So and so, this will be yours. And there was a strategic approach to who was going to teach what and how, and when they were going to teach it. And a lot of that was driven by our coaches. Well, our coaches got promoted. And so there were some of those that kind of fell through the cracks. And because they were driving it just kind of fell through the cracks. We didn't revitalize that. We didn't repeat that as we should have. And so that was a missed opportunity. And that's another reason why I don't want to make that mistake again, which is another reason why we really want to get on top of a more intentional remediation program for during the school day. And what made that impactful is it was happening during the school day and it was data driven. The teachers would get together, led by the coach, facilitated, we would be overlooking and involved, but it was really led by the coach. And I don't want to miss that opportunity again, even though we're down to one coach.
Well, y'all are already in the building, but if there are specific days that you need somebody to kind of come in and help, if you tell me ahead of time, I can structure my calendar so that I can come and pull a group or any of that. So just let me know.
I sincerely appreciate that. And I probably will take you up on it.
Do you have any fundraisers or anything like that coming up that we could be of assistance with? Any upcoming needs or events that's happening that you need some volunteers for?
We do not, but if someone has a desire to do a school-wide fundraiser, I would absolutely be up for it. I took the lead on what was it, the popcorn double good at the beginning of the school year. And, but if someone has a great idea, I do not mind marketing it. I would not want to be the chair of it, but I definitely don't mind making sure that it gets marketed, and the announcements get out and all of that.
So I think we need to, because since I was in an administrator within the building, lots of things have changed as far as what you can and cannot do as far as fundraisers. So I think we would have to have a sit down so we can just figure out, oh, this is a good idea, but no, we can't do that anymore. So, because I know they are really strict on handling physical money. So that was
Yeah.
one of the things that, like, so many things that we could do in the past, sell candy or any of that, we can't do it anymore. So
Yeah.
I'll set up a time. Ooh, Nacho Friday. That's in the chat. Oh,
So,
I put the sign-in sheet in there. It's also in the calendar invite, but I put it in the chat. And what were
thank
you
you.
about to say about Nacho Friday?
Um, One thing that's hurting schools, I know it's hurting Babb across the board. Before I got here, I'm told that there was always just a surplus of money because there were sales going on. Well, now there have been lots of regulations, stipulations, and policies put in place. Can't receive cash, can't sell food during a certain amount, a certain time, but within breakfast and lunch, at least not to students. And so when you're able to sell snacks during um, lunch, you can raise a lot of money because students want to eat snacks, and students want to eat the nachos and all of that. But if I'm not a risk taker, I like to do things by the rules.
Mhm.
So I don't like taking chances on, well, we just gonna buck the system and, you know, the possibility of somebody coming in and seeing that the system is being bucked. I don't like getting my hands slapped. And
Mhm.
so it just, but Nacho Friday, I would love to do it, but it's hard. It's hard to sell food because you can't sell it during lunch. And then I don't want to pull students out just to sell food because that's compromise of instructional time while we're trying to pull up our scores. So that, in a nutshell, is what I've been dealing with, for food sales, and they are the easiest.
And we did, and I know what you mean about like years ago when I was at Point South Middle, I sold candy one day and made $2,000. I mean, made $2,000. Not that was my profit. So, but but the what were the slush people? Who were the slush?
Oh, my.
We made when I was at Lake City. We didn't make like lots of money, but we always made at least $100 at a minimum,
Mhm.
and they're approved through Clayton County. And that's all. You don't have to do anything, and they give you a check on the spot, like that day. And we only did it once a month, but that once a month we got a couple of $100s.
Well, that's an idea. I know Miss Young works with she's had Kona Ice out here. And I see what you're saying, Miss Adams. Not your average Friday. Yes. And it will be neat. It definitely will be needed for that. Yeah.
I'm on my way to the school after this meeting, so because somebody miraculously made the dance team. I told that lady, I said, you must be a miracle worker over there with them dancers, because
I love that medicine.
there's no way. Okay, so what time is what not your average, whatever she said? What time is that on Friday?
During lunch.
Okay, I
And
need
that's true. It can get backed up because people, what it is students will bring their own bag of chips, and then we put cheese and little toppings on it, and they can carry it around. And so that's always very. Last time she did it was very, very popular.
okay. So let me see if I can. I do have two meetings. If I can, but if I can move something around, I'll be there.
Well, thank you.
So do you want to look into the Kona Ice?
Will you look into it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I absolutely will.
Or assign some, maybe another member of the
Now
school.
I already know the man. His name is Cole.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
And we'll just contact him and see, what the easiest thing was. The parents ordered, we didn't do anything. The parents ordered online. We gave them I made a little flyer. And then when, what was the thing that she's doing a weekly newsletter? Maybe Class Dojo or something. Anyway, I would always send out the little newsletter and give them the link. The parents would go on, pay for the Kona Ices with their credit card, and then we would get an Excel sheet of the kids. And when we got the Excel sheet of the kids, we would know who got Kona Ice, but the Kona Ice was prepaid for. So when we got there, she would let the teachers buy Kona Ice on the spot, but all the kids had to have prepaid for the Kona Ice maybe the Wednesday before, and we did it on Fridays.
Uh-huh.
And then
Oh, I like that.
he gave us a check. Like we didn't have to do anything. They already was ready. They had the list. All we had to do was somebody had to get the kids and say, okay, these are the people who got Kona Ice. They would go get their Kona Ice, come back and sit down.
I like that.
And they were already approved through Clayton County. So, and we only did it once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And when it got warmer outside, we did it twice. And when we had field day or something like that, they would come up for field day or something like that. And that day they could pre-order, but they could also bring cash on those days.
They
So,
would give it directly to the vendor.
mhm. And there was no work basically for us.
Yeah, if they're able to come out a day in December of the week before we get out for Christmas, I would love that.
What is Friday a good day? Monday to what day is a good day? So
I would I would probably say Thursday.
and do you have a specific like do you have specific Thursday of every month that like you would say they can come out every third Thursday if you decide to do it every month?
Now, most of the time I would prefer Friday, but
Okay, just
no,
this
I
time
like
Thursday.
Thursday is fine. And that way we have time to clean up anything sticky before the weekend. Um, but yeah, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. I have to see what Thursdays work because some Thursdays, of course, we have virtual collaborative planning. I wouldn't want to do it on that day. And as a matter of fact, we have virtual collaborative planning. Oh no, never mind. That's this Thursday. Mhm.
All right. Let me put that in my little notes.
I appreciate that, Dr. Jones.
So what now?
I said I appreciate if you look into that. You know, if it's an easy way to make money, I'm here for it.
All right, so we really only have the one thing left, which is to confirm the next meeting date, which typically would be in January or February. Anybody know? Looking at the calendar.
And these are Tuesdays. What
It doesn't have
about
to be Tuesday. The first meeting we have is on Tuesday, so I just kept it at Tuesday.
okay? Um, what about January the
We have to have how many? Four?
we have to have four.
Oh, February, March, April, May. You want to do February and May?
I'm not
Oh,
I want to meet in May.
I'm sorry, what?
I won't want to meet in May.
Oh, well, May rounds out the year.
I
Well,
guess that's
want to do January and April then?
I think January and April.
Okay. Give me a date in January so I can put it on this.
Um, I'm assuming I'm trying to think when we have principals meetings. So we just had one last week. So that's
Uh,
11th.
13th, is it the 13th?
Oh, on the 11th. So I guess we do principals meeting the second week. So I would say, what about Tuesday the 20th? That's after MLK Day, but
Okay, Tuesday the 20th.
January. And then you said um, April.
Um,
Maybe the 21st. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have a principals meeting.
well, they don't typically pull y'all during that time because it's testing.
So if that's the case, then April the 14th, that would be the week we come back from spring break.
Okay. And I don't have that meeting, uh, principals meeting on my calendar for April. I think the
Okay.
last principal meeting I have is March 10th. I don't have one for April. Yeah. All right. I will check on Connor Ice and if I will check my calendar for Friday, but not your average Friday. Anything else? Any other action items that we want to assign?
Not yet. I think in January we could probably discuss if we can get some support for Teacher Appreciation Week.
All right, I put that on there so that when I make the agenda, that will be an agenda item. All
And
right.
Dr. Jones, can you send me the sign-in sheet feedback from this meeting and our first meeting? I have to upload those and the agenda.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take did everybody sign in today?
I did.
Yes, I did.
I'm about to share the responses with you.
Okay.
And it'll be the same one.
What is this the responses for? Sorry.
The sign-in sheet.
Oh, it wouldn't let me sign in, so I was going to try it at work tomorrow.
Wait, who's talking?
This is Miss Rose.
I'm just gonna sign in for you.
Okay, thank you.
It didn't ask detailed question, just ask for your name. All right. I sure appreciate you for another meeting. I think that Babb is one of the greatest schools. I did notice that when I saw the little rankings that initially I feel like were y'all second or third. Babb was high up there. And then I noticed recently when I looked at the little poll that what's the magnet school?
MD Roberts.
MD Roberts and Rex was in front of us.
Mhm.
So, what you said now makes sense on why they eased on up in front of us. But one thing that I've noticed is schools who typically do really well, like you said, y'all had those high percentage points game. It's hard to come up from that. So,
Yeah.
and then Rex Mill had been not at the bottom, but they kind of sort of easing on up a little bit at a time. But thank you again for another great meeting. I appreciate your time. I appreciate any ideas that you give that you share today. Thank you, Dr. Green, for such a great update on the data. So we're going to keep all these discussions in mind. If you can think of anything else on how we can garner some money for the school, please reach out and let me know. I'll come over and talk to you, Dr. Green, because what we do, I want us to have a direct impact on the school. So if nothing else, it is now 5:43 and we are adjourned.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a good one.
You
You
as well.
too.
Bye bye.